Thanks for staying with us. It's still DBN this morning, and we'll have Stacy deep diving the makeup industry, of course. Okay, where do we now have the idea of you having celebrities that you manage in business? How does it work? Looking at the business side of it, the challenge, of course.
The business side of it, the rewarding side of it is that you get to use these celebrities as your profile so that now people can learn more about you. The downside of that is sometimes these celebrities don't pay, and that's still fine. You know, you always want to build your clientele, and I tell a lot of the people, you know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, okay, if you don't get monetary gifts or monetary as far as from it, how far do you think this person can now take you, or how far can it go? So I think it's a good and a bad thing as far as like celebrities and doing it, but I love them. I appreciate them. I think, you know, they're just like everybody else, but, you know, everybody knows them. So, you know, just do your best.
Asking you on the strategy that works, because I know that strategies that works in business. What is this strategy, or what is the strategy that you've used actually that, you know, that actually brought you to the level you are now?
I think branding yourself is number one. How I started up, a lot of my friends would say, oh, well, I just got Stace-faced. And so everybody knows me now as Stace-faced. And then that's how I now built my name, Stace-faced Beauty Bar, from it. So as long, you know, with branding yourself, people will now know you as the girl, her name is Stace-faced, and she does makeup. It's easy. And I think my staple piece with me doing my makeup is always keeping the women very natural and always enhancing their beauty. You know, once you enhance their beauty, you don't make them look like a different person, you cannot go wrong. And last but not least, especially doing with weddings, and I pride myself on this, it's countless of the grooms that's always walked up to me and said, you did not make my wife look like a total and complete person, and I appreciate you for that. So I always, you know, tease the brides, like, don't worry about it, your husband is going to know who you are when you walk down the aisle. And that's just something that I pride myself on.
Okay, let's talk about what you mentioned, trying to create a line for yourself now. You have the lipstick part of it going on.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do a little bit of projection now, and doors that are open for investors, because the way you sound, it seems like you're looking at a multi-billion-dollar business. Absolutely. Of course. So how is it going to work? What's the strategy? I
mean, I definitely want, if you're wanting to be an investor, absolutely. I definitely think that, you know, I started off with the lipstick, and the reason why is because I wear a lot of loud lipstick colors. Pink was my favorite. I love pink. And so I created a line where it's kind of like my favorite colors. Definitely lashes and waterproof lipstick liners, waterproof mascara, things that I know that my clients always ask for and say, well, Stacy, what if? And so I always think back, okay, so maybe I can create something where, you know, the foundation will be waterproof and will give us a 12-hour wear. So yeah, definitely.
You're already in Nigeria to make your statement,
yes,
your beauty line. But you agree with me that Nigeria has so much ethnicity, cultural, religious, you know, differences. Now, it's not the same thing obtaining from where you are coming from, and color-wise, we are just different. I mean, in and out. So, how are you going to beat those challenges to make your statement as you have proposed?
Well, I definitely think, again, educating yourself. I've taken extensive classes in color combining or color toning. A lot of us as, you know, African women, we have different skin tones. So I definitely would, as far as like that challenge is, just definitely looking at the person's face, making sure that, you know, the color that I'm matching up, their undertones will be right when I'm putting on their foundation.
Yeah, this is my personal findings in the world of beauty as well. I'm sorry you don't know about this.
Hey guys, sorry.
There's this, is it a reality, you know, that you use some particular makeovers and it makes your face weak, it makes your face age and all that. So in your box of professional makeovers, you know, what are this type of, no, you may not need to mention brands at the moment now, you know, but what are this particular or professional makeovers that any woman out there can actually, and how do you think they can actually apply these things, from the very foundations and even and other ones that are not foundations? I mean, you know the sequences, you know the names. So what are these, you know, steps and products that, you know, one can actually use to avoid aging and, you know, stuff like that?
Yeah, you know, I think starting off, you definitely need to know your skin tone. I think a lot of times people come to you and they say, you know, I want to look like this, but if the person has oily skin, there's no way that you want to put a lot of bronzer or shimmer on top of their face, because all it's going to do is make their face even more oilier. So I think as a woman, we need to know what our skin type is, what our skin tone. I definitely tell all of my clients, moisturize your face day and night. Make sure that you have a really nice primer or even a toner. And those three things, starting with your skin, will definitely make your foundation or whatever you apply on, make it look better. So knowing your skin tone, knowing your type of skin, even like the texture, will definitely help you out.
But what happens to the layman out there? Some young girls that like making up, just buying anything they see on the way. So what happens to them? Well, how do you plan to drive this training, drive this information and, orientation, like you mentioned, how do you drive it?
Well, definitely just implementing all of these to everybody that comes. The thing, my dad and my mom always say, if you don't know, then you won't know. So if you educate the person when they sit down, like now, if I sit down and you're my client and I tell you, now you're going to tell your friend and say, well, I just found out that I had oily skin and this is the reason why my face was looking like this and not like that. So then the person will now come to you, and it's always word of mouth, but just educating and making sure that whoever you talk to will definitely go back and tell somebody that I've learned something from me.
Okay, let's not come down to some personal issues now, because the trying moments, trying to grow this particular thing, from family, look at it, vis-a-vis going out of the country and coming back. Let's share experience.
Well, I think especially parents in America, they leave Nigeria, they come to America, and they want their children to be doctors, lawyers, or nurses. And so when I told my parents that I don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or nurse, and I want to become an entrepreneur in the makeup industry, it was trying. I had to basically tell them and educate them on how big this industry can be. Actually, my first client was in London, and I told the lady, in order for me to, go there, I need an assistant. And so she said, okay. She went ahead and paid for both my mom and I's ticket. And so when I went to talk to my mom, I was like, I'm actually going to go too. And I said, yes, this is an industry that, if the person wants you, they are going to bring whoever, So I definitely had to, educate my parents and tell them that it's going to be all right. It's going to be a-okay.
So going professional, of course, from your business background, you already know you've gone professional before now. What more strategy are you putting in place to enhance the level you are as a person?
Again, educating and talking to people who have already done it. I am a major, fan of Ms. Banky and Ms. Tara. They have made their staple piece here in Nigeria. So definitely, looking at what they've done and now trying to mimic or even mirror it while even putting the Stay Space brand behind it will definitely make it successful.
Okay, cool. Let's bring you to something that'll be like breaking down a particular process.
Okay.
In the course of doing this job, let's look at weddings now. Sharing experience, and of course looking at what you consider before you get, in fact, the way you use in getting the strategy in getting the job, of course, the experience you encounter.
Yeah.
The odds, not really the high points now.
Yeah. The odds, not really the high points. I think getting the weddings, a lot of my weddings, they've seen it on social media, word of mouth. The highs of it is getting to see this person, you're sharing this moment with this person trusted you that the day of their wedding you actually did their makeup, so walking down the aisle. Some of the odds is if they hire you all day, you're there all day. And it can get tiring because this person wants you to do their makeup 24/7, even though you know that they don't need anything done to their face. So, but weddings are amazing, and it's a money maker. I definitely think that if you want to become a makeup artist, doing weddings is definitely what's going to get you, to where you need to get to.
Prt2, I don't know when I'm going to see you again. So we have to start this personal interaction with me right here in the studio. And that will be looking at me from my facial makeovers. I actually did this myself, so I'm sorry, I don't mean my imperfection, but it keeps me all day long. How do you think I should put my makeovers and the colors that you think will go good for me?
So Hi, how are you doing today? My name is Stacy.
I'm Stacy.
You know, I would investigate. Okay, so what do you like? Okay, you just told me right now that you love your makeup to be on all day.
Yes.
So I would definitely, you know, tell you, I think we need to go ahead and use something that's going to give you a 12-hour wear. Something that doesn't have any oils in it, so that when you're in front of the light, it won't shine. I definitely think that, you know, the lipstick that you have on is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah,
and it goes well with your outfit. I loved how you used the liner, and I told a lot of my clients, definitely use the liner first before putting on the lipstick. That's going to make your lipstick last a lot longer. And I love the shimmers. I mean, I think you did an awesome job with your makeup today. You didn't put too much blush on, which a lot of times a lot of people, you know, put on too much blush. But I think you did an awesome job with your makeup today.
Thank you. I think I would like to say this again. Every other day, you know, we see, I mean, at the event place, people trying to hide themselves in one corner because they're going on stage to just do some touches and all that, or in the bus, like my brother said in the opening of the show. You see ladies, you know, try to hurry up to do some stuff, you know. So, like, fine, I've heard you, you know, it's about knowing your skin, you know, texture, and probably using like a 12-hour makeover that can actually last to avoid, you know, some oil. But this kind of people, what sort of makeup kits, you know, do you think they can use for lasting, you know, lipstick or facials, you know, at a point? Yes.
Maybelline has some really good lipsticks, and even like I think Maybelline, and I think Maybelline just came here to Nigeria too as well, if I'm not mistaken. They have a line where the lipsticks, the mascaras, the primers give you an all-day wear. So definitely going towards something like that for girls who are starting with their kit. I think that making sure that instead of you just buying everything, you know, at the same time, just going for something that you know that will be used for a lot more of your clients, so you can get more out of the one product that you're using. And again, you know, using the correct primer, the correct toner, and it'll work itself out.
What do you have for the guys?
Well, for the guys, I think my father asks me that all the time. It is coming out soon, but I do think for the guys, definitely using moisturizer again, and a toning for your skin tone. That would be really great for the guys too as well.
Have you ever been embarrassed sometime? Maybe you're in a client's house, maybe the wife didn't know you were coming for a surprise birthday, anniversaries, and stuff like that. Probably it was actually the male, you know, that invited you to give the wife that surprise. Have you been ever?
I have. In many situations, but I think, you know, if you just tell them, because they take it, you know, sometimes they'll take it as, you know, do you not think that I'm beautiful? Do you not think that I'm pretty? But then I'll hurry up and say, no, I'm just here to enhance your beauty. And once you give them a compliment, they're like, okay, so they'll now, you know, go back, and it always turns out fine. So
you're not going to run away from the fact that you have celebrities, like we tried mentioning, that you're taking care of. You want to share, lastly, what the experience was in the house trying to do this stuff.
Okay, so one of my favorite and personal celebrities that I've ever done is P-Square. Peter and Paul, they came to the States for a magazine cover for Afrima, which is held in Dallas, Texas. And so I did male grooming for them, and they were just so down to earth. They were so cool. You know, they definitely, you know, were team players. Another person that I did, one of my favorites, is Miss Julia Ibrahim. She is amazing, and she was just so laid back. She lets you do whatever she wants, and those are the clients that you really, really, really want. You know, somebody that says, "I know, I trust you. Let's do it." So, you know, celebrities are good.
So you've had sometime you finish this particular service and the client is saying, "Can I take the kids away?" Have you had that?
Yes, I have. And then I say, "Well, you can write me a check for."
Oh. Okay, to actually write it off.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Is that one of the reasons why you're trying to own your own line of
Yes, yes. And that's because, you know, I hear my clients, and you know, they always say, you know, about the lipstick and about the long wear. So I definitely think that as a makeup artist, you know, you want to brand yourself more, not just as a makeup artist, but now as a retail makeup artist. And that's how Stacy Face, the lipsticks, the mascaras, the lashes, everything will now take place.
All right, we have Stacy joining us on DBN this morning. Wonderful time out, of course. I've been educated. I don't belong to the female world, of course, but hey, I support this particular process. Let's take a break, and when we come back, DBN This Morning continues, of course.